Good evening, City of Revere. How we doing out there? Tonight is, this whole day is actually Celebrate Revere. We're going to have a ceremony starting in about 2 minutes. So if you're walking down, I would encourage you just to stick around right in front of the stage. If you're in sight of the stage, please come on down. We're going to have a nice ceremony in about 60 seconds. Thank you. All right, as we get started tonight, I would like to welcome all active and veteran members of our armed forces to please come right to the front of the stage here, and especially those that are residents and employees of this great city. And I know that we're out here, so please come on forward. Thank you, sir. Again, that's all active and veteran members of our armed forces, especially residents and employees of the City of Revere. Thank you, Nick. And our flag holders here today are all employees of the Recreation Parks Department. I want to thank Colleen, who's put on a great day, and you guys for all your work in holding the flags for us today. So thank you very much, guys. So welcome to the National Sand Sculptor Festival 2014 and Revere Day. That is the most important part. We're here today not only celebrating the closing of a great weekend, but also celebrating this really great city that's really been on display for us over these 3 days. And at this time, I would like to welcome the president. Oh, we didn't mention on the first, sorry. I would actually like to welcome Jilly Martin. If you watched the Boston Pops this year, then you saw this young lady sing. She's going to do a beautiful rendition, so please rise and remove your hats for Jilly Martin, the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we walked were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Jilly. And now I'd like to welcome the president of the Revere Beach Partnership, Mr. John Hamill.
Was that incredible or what? That may have been the best singing of the national anthem I've ever heard. Can I get another, let's get another round of applause. Thank you all for coming today. This is the final day of the 2014 National Sand Sculpting Festival, and specifically Sundays designated as Celebrate Revere. Now, as someone that grew up in Revere, I can't tell you how proud I am of my city, of being from Revere. I look to the left and the right, it's just a sea of people here. I just want to tell you one quick story, which I understand Captain Guido told me a few minutes ago, that Officer Tamaro was approached by someone this morning who said he was flying on a plane from Texas. He was flying over Revere Beach last night, and he approached the flight attendant and said, "What is going on down there? What is that?" And this flight attendant said, "Well, that's Revere Beach." And of course, this morning he woke up, left his hotel room, and came right down to Revere Beach. I can't be more proud of Revere and of this festival, and thank you all for coming today. Now, I just want to take a second to thank the folks that put this event on. So I'm president of the Revere Beach Partnership. We're a volunteer board. Several of the board members are here today. We're all volunteers, and as you can imagine, it takes quite a bit of effort to organize this event throughout the year. So if you please join me and thank my fellow board members as well. Now, as you can imagine, it takes quite a bit of funds to run something like this. So I'd like to thank our sponsors. Take a moment to take a look at their logos on the banners to the left and right and throughout the event. It also can't happen without the support of other organizations that are deeply involved. Specifically, and most importantly, the City of Revere and Mayor Dan Rizzo. We can get a round of applause. And he'll speak later, and I'm sure he'll tell you that doesn't happen without the support of the City Council, and several of the councilors are here today. Can we get a round of applause for them as well? I'd also be remiss if I didn't mention the support that we get from the DCR, the Department of Conservation and Recreation, and the Massachusetts State Police, the Revere Fire Department, the Revere Police Department, the Revere Department of Recreation, and the Revere Department of Public Works. So I tell you, this is, yes, thank you. And just one last comment. You know, the theme of this year's event is Stars and Stripes in Sand. It's a tribute to our nation's armed forces. And you'll notice, I'm sure you've already been to the main sculpture. It's a beautiful and moving tribute to our armed forces. There's a donation box set up in front of it, and we're trying to collect funds for the Wounded Warriors Project. And I urge you, even if it's $1 or even some coins, if you can take a moment to walk back to that statue, to that sculpture, and just make a small donation. 100% of those proceeds will go to the Wounded Warriors Project. And so lastly, it's my pleasure to introduce the person that's responsible for today's event, Celebrate Revere. He's the director of the Revere Parks and Recreation Department. He's doing a wonderful job. He's responsible for all the entertainment here today. And I'd like to introduce you to the director, Michael Hinojosa.
Oh, thank you, John. Another microphone, I love it. Hey, as you look up and down, I think John said it best. For me, this is what we love to do. We're, Parks and Recreation. This is our beach, this is our city, and Revere Beach Partnership has put on a wonderful event, and I'm so proud to be part of it, albeit a small part, but we really hope you enjoy the entertainment today. We hope that you have enjoyed yourself and what Revere Beach and what the city of Revere has to offer. Well, I won't spend a lot of time up here, but I do have the great pleasure of introducing the man who makes all this happen, our great mayor of the city of Revere, Mayor Dan Rizzo.
Michael, thank you very, very much. Michael, I can't say enough about the work that Michael Hinojosa has done as director of our Parks and Recreation Department. with his very able staff. I see Miss Sally out here, Colleen Agenzio. You guys all do a tremendous job. You make the city proud. That's what Celebrate Revere Day is. And you guys are such a big part of all the good things that are happening here in the city of Revere. I want to say before I make just a few brief remarks, I could hear a second rendition of the national anthem. Wasn't she great? I mean, just tremendous. Really tremendous. Great job. And I also want to acknowledge somebody else that is new to sand sculpting, to our sand sculpting festival this year, but he's been a tremendous asset, and that's our host and our MC, and that's Brian over here. Brian, so thank you very much for doing such a great job. And to John Hamill and his board of directors with the Revere Beach Partnership, this is no easy task. As John and Michael have said, you look to the left, you look to the right. This has been going on for 3 days now. And this doesn't happen by accident. They're going to start meeting probably within the next month or so to start planning for next year. And these are all volunteers. So how about one more time, a nice round of applause for John Hamill and the board of directors that you see up here behind me. What a great job that they have done. And again, I know a couple of people have thanked some responsible, some other parties responsible for the success of this Sand Sculpting Festival, now in our 11th year. But our sponsors that you see on the banners on either side of the stage, certainly to everybody here that, decided to invest in Revere Beach during these 3 days, the food trucks, the other vendors that are here. I think that they're seeing what a jewel that our beach is. And I really want to thank those of you, obviously from our city, but people that came in from outside our city. We're very proud of our beach, we're proud of our community, and I hope that this isn't the last time you'll come and visit us. We want to see you come back to Revere and enjoy all the great things we have here in our great city. Finally, I want to thank, and as John alluded to earlier, this year's theme was Stars and Stripes and Sand. And we had a gentleman here at the opening ceremonies, 94 years old, still going for shots in his back because he has shrapnel in his spine from World War II. And as I was standing out here earlier today, I saw a young man, I don't see him here right now, walking by. He's in flight school. He's a Revere High grad, went on to college, and now he's going to be a Navy pilot. So we have the whole gamut here in the city of Revere, across the state and across our great country. So as mayor of the city of Revere and on behalf of all the residents of our community, I want to thank those of you that have served, those of you that continue to serve our great nation. So thank you all for being here. Enjoy the rest of the festival.
And so, of course, I forgot to thank two groups that this event wouldn't have been possible without. First of all, obviously, the sand sculptors. They've done an amazing job. They're not here today. They've left to different parts of the world. But can we get a round of applause for the wonderful works of art? As you may know, this year we have 5 coming from other countries, right? We've got Singapore and Mexico. We've got Russia, the Netherlands, Canada. Next year, we're probably going to be renaming the event to the International Sand Sculpting Festival. And so before we conclude, I wanted to thank a group of folks that's standing right there in blue shirts. So it's their leader, Erin Lynch, who's our executive director. And her team from FM Productions, they've worked tirelessly. This does not happen easily. They're here early in the morning, they're here late at night. We've been working on this for months, and this would not have happened without them. So please give me a final warm thank you to this team. We'll see you next year.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Mayor Rizzo. Thank you, Ira. Let's give it up one more time for everybody that's put this fine event on. And in about 10 minutes, we're going to continue with the live music. You guys ready to hear some more live music? That is not loud enough. Are we ready for some more live music? All right, thank you. We have the Ryan Brooks Kelly Band coming up next. And our recreation team, you can fold up the flags. Thank you, gentlemen. All right, stick around. 10 minutes until showtime. Thank you.